Welcome to the battlefield of brains, where strategy meets chaos, and every move burns with intensity. Watch grandmasters clash, pieces fall, and legends rise. Wesley opens with iyong, the classic declaration of war, planting his flag right in the center. Jony replies f5, matching the fire, saying, "Let's dance," with perfect symmetry. Wesley develops n3. The knight leaps forward, sniffing at the f5 pawn like a hound on the scent. Jony calmly n6, guarding his pawn and mirroring every move with iron discipline. Wesley sends bb5. The Spanish game. The bishop eyes the knight like a sniper, lining up the first shot. Jony answers a6, a shove of the pawn saying, "Back off or be questioned." And say. Wesley retreats before, sliding away with grace, still staring down the enemy knight. Jony plays d6. Steady, solid, but perhaps a bit cautious. Wesley pushes key3, reinforcing the center, preparing for the grand advance of d4 tour. Jony develops bg4, pinning the knight, a subtle hand tightening around white's position. Wesley pokes with h3. "Don't touch my knight," he warns, pushing the bishop back. Jony retreats bit7, quietly repositioning, unwilling to trade so early. Wesley strikes d4. Boom! The center erupts, lines begin to open. Jony responds qe7, defending a5, but his queen looks oddly eager this early. Wesley castles kingside, safety first, as the white army prepares for the storm. Jony mirrors, with h6, a cautious airlock around his king. Wesley lines up re1, the rook slides behind the e-pawn, an arrow ready to be fired. Jony pushes g6. More dark square fortifications, building a fortress before the battle. Wesley develops nbd2. The knight joins the center, the white army now fully mobilized. Jony plays bj7, double fianchetto dreams, the bishop takes its post like a sniper in a tower. Wesley trades bx6, taking off the defender, clearing tension on the queenside. Jony recaptures bxc. The bishop returns to duty, but black's pawn structure looks uneasy. Wesley slips in b3, preparing ba3, quietly plotting behind the lines. Jony pushes f6, bold, strengthening the center, but loosening dark squares. Wesley fires ba3. There it is, the bishop's gaze slicing across the board toward the black king. Jony responds qsfn, connecting rooks, maybe dreaming of counterplay. Wesley repositions nc4. The knight leaps to a prime outpost, eyes full of tactics. Jony plays bb5, planting his bishop on a sturdy post, aiming to trade pressure for stability. Wesley reacts n3, tightening his grip, the knight ready to spring into chaos. Jony answers n7, bringing the knight back for defense, sensing the storm brewing. Wesley advances c4, closing the center and claiming space like a general fortifying new land. Jony retreats b6. Black's pieces shuffle back, the tension rising with each move. Wesley jumps and a5, an aggressive leap into enemy lines shouting, "Do something!" Maintenaua. Jony accepts bxd5, forced to exchange before the knight causes havoc. Wesley recaptures cxd5. White's pawns now tower in the center, menacing and proud. Jony castles. Finally safety. But it might be too late to breathe easy. Wesley swings or cone. The rook claims the open file like a conqueror raising a flag. Jony meets Racite, countering with equal force, a battle of cannons on the c-file. Wesley drops qd2, linking rooks, tightening every connection like a chess engineer. Jony pushes g5, launching a kingside offensive, hoping to scare white off. Wesley brings rc4, precision. The rook steps aside, ready to double and strike. Jony answers eng6, shifting the knight toward defense, guarding the king's weak flank. Wesley doubles with recone, a textbook move, the rooks now aligned like twin rifles. Jony slides ked7, keeping queens ready, preparing for chaos. Wesley replies qc2, eyes locked on he7, danger levels rising fast. Jony brings rf7. The rook reinforces the 7th rank, sensing incoming fire. Wesley plays bb4. The bishop glides to the flank, adding more tension, pinning down the board like a hunter sighting prey. Jony answers n4. A bold leap forward, the knight's fangs bared, snapping at white's soft spots. Wesley thrusts dx5, slicing through the center, opening lines for destruction. Jony replies, f5. Black meets fire with fire, grabbing the pawn and daring white to continue. Wesley shifts nht2, quietly but menacingly, preparing his knights for the coming storm. Jony pushes f5, advancing pawns like infantry, trying to bite into white's castle. Wesley steadies q2, regrouping, positioning his queen like a commander returning to the front line. Jony plans bh6, a clever move, that bishop staring at g5 with venom in its eyes. Wesley doubles up ronek2. Reinforcements arrive. The rooks connect and the battlefield starts to hum. Jony brings rg7. Black throws his rook into the kingside attack, tension boiling to the brim. Wesley calmly b5. A cool positional twist, quietly tying Black's queenside in knots. Jony counters c5, exploding open the front, pawns smashing together like thunder. Wesley captures dx6. White snatches the pawn, and now everything's on fire. Jony responds bs6. Black keeps the material balance, but his pawn structure looks like cracked glass. Wesley develops bd2, reorganizing, every piece now perfectly poised for the mid-game climax. Jony charges g4, unleashing chaos. The kingside screams with noise and danger. Wesley reacts, hx ig 4, no fear. The pawn captures and white's h-file opens like a gate to destiny. Jony slams hx e4, equal material, but his king is now trembling behind thin walls. Wesley plays bx f4, removing a key attacker clean and clinical. Jony answers x4, recapturing, but now his pawn line is a mess and full of holes. Wesley fires rx boom, penomoksje, in massive zelkesamen, maar de Essians vluchten betten, Egyptia. The rook storms in, tearing through the c-file, like a tank through rubble. Jony trades rx chinix. Black is forced to exchange, trying to ease the pressure. Wesley checks qd5. The queen dives in, check. Every piece now hunts the black king. Jony scrambles c7, ducking away, his king running for cover. Wesley brings rx d6. The rook reclaims the c-file, total control re-established. Jony desperately plays rg6, pulling back his rook, the last shield before annihilation. Wesley coolly rb6, shifting his rook to the b-file, eyeing the 7th rank like a predator. Jony defends q8, scrambling to patch holes, but the position is bleeding. Wesley delivers rb7, check. The rook lands on the 7th rank with the roar of cannon fire. Jony runs kite, tucking the king in the corner, but it's a coffin more than a refuge. Wesley moves k5, a dagger-like queen move, eyeing every weakness around black's monarch. Jony pushes q8. The queen rushes back for help, but too late to stop the flood. Wesley slides rc7, doubling down. The coordination between queen and rook looks lethal. Jony lashes out g3. One last flare, throwing everything at the white king. Wesley calmly answers roy8, ignoring the distraction, advancing his plan with machine precision. Jony captures gx a pawn promotion dream. No, just a desperate check. Wesley steps corner, composed, unflinching under fire. Jony brings rxd2, grabbing material, but it's reckless in the face of doom. Wesley counters rx8, check. The rook slices through, purging the last defender. Jony recaptures rx8, forced, but now his army is shattered. Wesley continues qf6, another check, another. The queen's shadow darkens the board. Why? Jony runs k7, again cornered, again suffocating, every escape square closing like iron jaws. Wesley plays 45. Key D. The queen slides back, strategic precision, cutting off escape routes like a hunter tightening his snare. Levan replies 45-10. Uneston. Penpodione monwet sen kule. Ona. QA3, desperate for counterplay, flashing the queen forward to sting before it's too late. Wesley calmly blocks, with 46. Cafone, the king steps aside, eyes unshaken, knowing safety is just a few precise moves away. Levin brings 46.
Ilalim bandone, ibeseptiman, obutangen, inti. You, doctor.
QF3T one last hope, like a dying star's final flare before the night consumes it. Wesley shelters again, with 47,
Penderoigensis in tensha, in Norwegian the night.
Keone, tightening the fortress, patient and composed, every square chosen like a surgeon's cut. Levin repeats, 47, 10.
Mr. Nizi.
QA3, clinging to repetition, praying for a miracle through the perpetual check maze. Wesley answers, 48. Cafone unwavering. He's not giving that draw so easily. He wants blood, not peace. Levin checks again, 48.
Antomia. Ominous say.
QF3, but it's starting to feel hollow now, like echoes in an empty hall. Wesley moves 49. Keone, and the pattern continues, each repetition draining the fight from Levin's clock and courage alike. Levin fires, 49.
Endenal. Endenum. Anton.
QA3, a looping check, his queen dancing, but with nowhere meaningful to go. Wesley keeps his cool with 50. Cafefune, showing the patience of a monk, waiting for the storm to tire itself out. Levin insists, with 50.
N. 10. And you.
QF3T, like a boxer, throwing tired jabs, hoping one might slip through. Wesley again, plays 51. Keone, his king gliding between light and shadow, untouchable yet menacing. Levin repeats 51, pace.
Yes. Ondian.
QA3G, tension looping endlessly, but his moves lack venom now, only delay. Wesley stays, with 52. Cafone, unbothered, like a cat toying with a trapped mouse. Levin checks again, 52.
Ninidandi.
Immense. QF3C, a futile attempt to find rhythm in chaos. Wesley steps 53. Keone! And you can feel it. Levin's energy fading, his queen's song losing tune. Levin won't stop. 53.
Ni. Oshwo. Anand. Pinni.
QA3, but everyone watching knows it's a matter of time. Wesley continues 54. Kfone, no fear, no rush, the precision of a metronome. Levan sends 54, Persuade. NDR. Mandemai, Mezoin Yuwe. Ein. QF3T, a loop, a plea, like a man refusing to wake from a nightmare. Wesley plays 55. Keone, tightening the cycle, his confidence glowing brighter with every repetition. Levan goes 55. No. Ande. QA3Chi, still clinging on, each move a ghost of his former fighting spirit. Wesley steps 56. Kfone, calm as ever, his position ironclad, victory breathing down his neck. Levan replies 56 po. Penon, Adesimen, Anin Chow Mini. Ani, Inoyobidal, Moibuko. QF3T, like a tired echo from a broken record, looping in futility. Wesley chooses 57 pet. Keone, shifting his king for the last time, ready to break free from the cycle. Levan tries 57 Tori. Nyanaja Bozio. Nati. QA3, the final check in a doomed rhythm. Wesley plays 58. Kfone, sealing the deal, the trap fully set. Levan's queen has run out of meaning. Levan fires 58. Inegito. Enwo noyome, Hennessy, Hennessy. And Bestan. QF3C, perhaps not realizing the end has already arrived. Wesley moves 59. Pestawi. Keone, and the repetition ends. He's calculated it to perfection. Levan brings 59. Torchi. And Inden. QA3 one final flicker before resignation. Penwaldsian. Wesley plays 60. Kfone, the king's calm heartbeat steady through the chaos. Levan checks again 60. Inanili, Moisia Wastien, Inantensionistia. Unme. QF3T, futile, as a whisper, in a storm. Wesley sidesteps, 61, Perundesiu Onwashsin, Gankmein Mile, Ketrobi. QE7, cutting all escape, his queen now poised like a guillotine over Levan's defenses. Levan tries 61. Penin. En meien. Einen Stern. I cannot empty. Inste. Melbourne.
Panay shall mezenumaste sin, and bake full, et kene.
BD2, a final act of defiance, but it's over. Wesley's attack is unstoppable. The curtain falls. Victory for Wesley So, precision, patience and pure class from start to finish. I'll end the video here. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep finding the best and newest videos to share with you. Thank you so much, and I wish you all happiness and good health.